is like 80 to 90% of people like abandon their goals by the end of February or March or something.
And I don't know what action to take. So instead of doing anything, I get on social media and I watch other people live their lives.
Yeah. And that's not surprising.
LOL. And if you're a regular listener, you're like,
yeah.
No, literally, I know, you guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Sessions for the Soul, our first one of 2026.
Yes, season 2. How fun.
I know. We took a nice break in December and we were just reflecting on like, I can't even imagine if we tried to record for December. Like it was a very full month. Very full.
Yeah, for sure. I think like intuitively that was like the perfect time for us to kind of be like, okay, let's pause for a second just because the season itself is so busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, like I'm so glad we did that for ourselves because I feel like that would have been another added layer of like stress.
We like kind of considered like, oh, maybe we could do like a few short little episodes or maybe record for like
to be ready
for this. January. And here we are just a couple days before. Wait, it's New Year's Eve actually. So
you're like, wait. And honestly, that's news to me. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A break was it was nice. It was needed.
Yeah.
Time to kind of recover. How was the holiday season for you?
It was good. You know, it was really different this year because like my family is so big on tradition and kind of one of those things, like I feel like we had this conversation in our holiday episodes about how like traditions can really change and like maybe there is grief in it, but it's okay. And like finding those new things. And so this year, actually, we ended up not celebrating Christmas on Christmas. We did it after.
Which is really different for you guys, right?
Yeah. Like my mom loves Christmas. It's just like her time of the year. And honestly, she was like, it was really surprising. She was so good with the flow with it all. And like, so she didn't seem like and I checked in with her. I was like, are you doing okay? Like, how is this feeling? And she honestly was like, I think it's really good. And then when we did do like the holiday together, it was lovely. Like we just, you know, one of my favorite things about holidays and my family is doing puzzles with my uncle.
Oh, fun.
And I've been doing these really crazy hard puzzles the last month, like by myself. And I started this one and I was like, okay, I need Mark Murray to get here because this is out of my,
like
ability.
An expert level puzzle.
Thank God. Yeah. I never would finish this without it was so hard. Like 90% of it was just like black pieces.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the like it's a little bit crazy. Like I'll be like, look at this puzzle I got. And everyone in my family is like, you're insane. Because it's not it's like not fun. It's like so hard that you'd be like, why are you doing this?
It's a nice like mindful activity though, like just like something to sit and focus on and like it's just very casual. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's kind of like what has been my like I need something to do with my hands sometimes and just like to be busy. And it's been so lovely to just have that like little space. But yeah. And so on actual Christmas, I was in an airport because we went and surprised some friends, genuinely like showed up on their doorstep. They had no idea we were coming. And so we spent like the 22nd or we got there on the 22nd. We spent the 23rd and the 24th with them and left the 25th. And so, crazy.
I love that. And way to go, Hillary, for like being a little go with the flow queen this year.
I know, right? Yeah, we are talking about like what the future is going to look like just because everyone's getting older. Like everyone has kids, like most of the people who like have children in our family, like it's like sports and all these things to where it gets like a lot. And so trying to find like a way like, okay, how do we do this in a more like functional way where it's still meaningful? And so I'm excited to see like how that evolves.
Yeah. No, it's so necessary. And I think we did touch on this in like our holiday episode of like things change, traditions changed as you know, get older and have kids and everything just evolves. And so it's really fun. We did that as well this year. I think we celebrated on the 21st with my family, which was really nice. And then it was like this weird lull almost because it was like, oh, we already celebrated Christmas. My mom started taking decorations down because they were
What?
like going out of town on actual Christmas Day. And so we're like, it doesn't really feel like Christmas because we already celebrated. And then we got to celebrate with Adam's family on Christmas, which was really nice.
I
So,
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. Honestly, being able to split it up like that is really nice. Otherwise, it just feels like so much trying to go back and forth between, each of our family's homes, which is what we usually do. And it's a lot. So it's been nice, like my sisters and my brother, like having partners because they also have to like coordinate all of it. So it works out really well for all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was a good time. It was really fun. Um, it's like simultaneously is such a full month, December, but also like it feels so nice to actually spend that time with family in like the most cozy way. So
Yeah.
I love it, and it's nice to kind of be like moving into the new year and
Yeah.
kind of having some settling of all the plans and all the energy.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that so much. And that's like a really interesting thing about December is because I love the holidays. I love just like the ambiance
Mm-hmm.
of the like season and the energy. And also, like, it is truly one of those times where it's like, sometimes I feel like saying no to certain things or just deciding, like, hey, this year we're not going to do that, but
Mm-hmm.
we are still going to like find the time, find the like moments to be together. I think that
Yeah.
that's like can be really nourishing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my mom and dad were like not around for the first part of the month. And so
Oh,
now
that's right. Yeah.
I guarantee you that Christmas tree is not coming down for
Yeah.
another week or two. Another week or two, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my mom, one year for her birthday in July, her birthday's in July, it was her 50th birthday and my grandpa had just died.
Mm.
And it was one of those things where it's like, well, we don't really have anything planned. Like we've been so focused on like the funeral and everything because my grandpa died like a week before my mom's birthday. Um,
Oh gosh.
so literally like he died maybe like 10 days before her birthday,
Yeah.
but literally nearly no time at all.
Yeah.
And so it was like one of those things where it's like, well, everybody's not going to be coming down. Like
Yeah.
it was COVID times as
Mm-hmm.
well. And so it was just really hard to like get something together. And so my sister and I were both living back at my mom and dad's house. And we were all kind of like, what are we going to do? And I was like, we're going to put the Christmas tree up.
Christmas in July.
And that's what we did. And I put the Christmas tree up and we like
Yeah.
decorated for Christmas. And my mom came home that day and was like, it was really sweet. And
Oh.
that was one of the best
Yeah.
she just loves
Yeah.
Christmas.
It's a special time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly one of my like, she's really in touch with her like inner child joy in that way.
That's inspiring.
I know.
I'm trying to do more of that this coming year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It can be hard to like remember that like spark or like find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel that.
We you've I think have kind of shared on here that you've kind of taken a step away from social media in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I am going to be doing like a social media fast in January, and I'm really excited about that. And that's part of the reason is because I feel like so many of us, instead of like having creative outlets and hobbies or exploring what we love to do, um, resting with intention, like all the things that we could be doing with our free time, is spent on our phones. And
Yeah.
it's so strange and sad and like draining.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really excited to have, 30 days of just like taking a step back
Mm-hmm.
and really exploring what that looks like and like actually tapping into like some of that childlike wonder and playfulness and creativity and imagination and like just having more time for all of those things
Yeah.
because social media is just not it
I
at this
know.
point. Like it just, and I feel like, I mean, we've talked about this so many times, like where it's just, there's pros and cons, of course, to social media. But I think for a lot of people, it's just so disconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're so connected, air quotes, by being able to like watch everyone's lives and stay in touch with what's happening with people. And even that, sometimes I'm like, oh, but it's nice to see like what so and so is up to. And it's like, yeah, but why?
Yeah.
Like, I never see this person,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of been an interesting thing to reflect on. And I'm excited to do that this month. And also anytime I think you are removing something or eliminating a behavior habit, like you need to replace it with something else. And so I'm excited to have that challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, I'm excited for you just because like I know it's really we live in such an interesting time period, I feel like, because we are really reliant on like the like on social media on the like the internet, right? Like in so many ways as a culture. And also there is like there's something counterintuitive about it. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'm gonna go connect with people online, or I'm gonna go like find this
Yeah.
connection. Or one of the things that I found myself doing is like I didn't know what to do with myself sometimes. And so I would get on social media and scroll. And like I had this epiphany one day of like, wait, I'm feeling like this way and this way. And, I'm feeling kind of like not great about my life and I'm wanting to take action
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what action to take. So instead of doing anything, I get on social media and I watch other people live their
Yeah.
lives and live like we've talked about, like really we're seeing the highlight reel.
Yeah.
And so I started to like really wonder like what would it be like to just like be off of it and like to not have that like not and not even just like for posting purposes, for like scrolling
Yeah,
purposes.
for sure.
Because I feel like that's where so much of like the trap is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like so many avenues of that I could like go down as to like other questions I was asking and like, our data and like and all of that and like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how it's designed to like take every second of our attention.
Mm-hmm.
And that was frustrating for me
Mm-hmm.
to feel like, wait a second, like
Mm-hmm.
this device that was like meant to be a tool is no longer a tool. And now it's like a addiction kind of.
Yeah.
And so I've been, I actually, so I got a new device. This is like fun. I know we've talked about the Opal app before.
Mm-hmm.
But my sister told me about this device because the thing with me and like like even the built-in feature on your iPhone of like the screen time limiting,
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy to type in my passcode.
Right. Yeah,
It's
to override.
no, literally, I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
It's really easy. And also, sometimes like the notifications were really annoying, or I just like I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
always like be seeing like the breakdown of things.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister found this device. It's called the Brick.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
I have one. I've been using it for
How's
the
it?
last
Oh, really?
like 3 weeks.
How's it going?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it because it's so much more simple than like, and maybe this is a me issue, you guys, but I could not figure out like how to limit certain apps. And like it
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like so challenging. Like when
Yeah.
you select social media on Opal, it does all of it. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I need Safari. If I can't Google shit,
Oh,
honey, whoa, whoa, whoa. And also, like,
yeah.
there were other things. And like I said, I'm sure that this is like an easy solve.
But you found another
I
solution.
found another
So,
solution.
how does it work?
So it is, first of all, it only costs like $60 one time purchase your whole life. Love that.
Oh, nice.
You download the app and you set your like brick time limit. You can control what apps. It's really simple. It's very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And you set like what your limitations are on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you also can just like randomly decide to brick your device, but it's this little tiny like literal
Mm-hmm.
square. And when you hit brick device, you like put your phone next to it and it's kind of like Apple Pay works in a way,
Okay.
but it just like finds the thing and then your device is bricked. And the only way to unbrick the device
Yeah.
is to do that. And when you set the limitations in your phone, it automatically does it. But to unbrick it, you still have to go to that cube.
Okay.
So
So it's like an extra step to have to take.
it is,
Yeah.
it's like that extra step of like, oh, my brick's in the other room and I'm here doing this, or,
Right.
oh, I'm out and about.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it literally like eliminates you from
Yeah.
being able to open it, and I'm loving it.
I
And
love that.
it
Yeah.
also, when you go to like hit unbrick device,
Yeah.
if you go to open an app, it says
Hmm.
like your phone is bricked right now.
Yeah.
Um and then instead of hitting like okay or like exit, it says back to living, like go back to living.
Yeah.
And I love that. And the whole like idea behind the brick is to like get people like having your phone be a tool and to get
Yeah.
people back to like living and being.
Like real life with real people
Yeah.
in your actual like physical space. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for. I feel like it's not going to feel that hard for me. Like in the last several months, I don't have social media available until 8 a.m., but I don't even find myself opening anything until around 9 to just like check a few notifications. But then what I find myself doing is like, especially, gosh, on the apps where like a video pops up and then you're like hooked immediately on like the storyline or whatever. And you're like, wait, what is happening? And then like you
Yeah.
find yourself going down a path and it's like, okay, well, 10 minutes just went by. Like I could have, continued with my morning routine or checked other things off my to do list or whatever. And so I think it's going to feel really nice to like just not even consider it as an option. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And maybe some of you who are listening are interested in doing the same. And honestly, maybe it's giving you like anxiety to think about like, wait, no social media. Um, so I just want to normalize that. I last month, or sorry, I guess this month in December, I was thinking about how like it'd be cool to do like maybe a challenge in my unwind community, and maybe get people to like sign up for a challenge of like 21 days, no social media. And then I was like, I don't know if people would commit to that. And then I was also wrestling with like, I don't know if I would commit to that because like my business is ran on social media. Um, but I'm going to do it. And if people like in my community want to join me in it, they totally can. Or if you're
Yeah.
listening and you're interested and you still want like a community to be like connected with,
Yeah.
you can join that way. But like having, I think just going with it and like listening to like, ooh, what is the anxiety telling me about this? Like I'm a little too reliant on social media, like if you're anxious about stepping away. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things that like came up in a conversation I was having with someone, one of my teachers, um, was like this. It was about protecting the sacred and like protecting what's sacred to not only like ourselves, but like what's like actually sacred. And it had me like really thinking about just like what we talk about online and like what we share with people. LOL. And if you're a regular listener, you're like,
yeah.
no, literally, I know you guys. One
For
thing,
some reason, this feels different though. I don't know why.
it feels like a safer container, and also like I know, I don't know, like it does
Maybe
feel,
because it's like more intentional and there's not like this instant gratification of what we're doing. We're like it's like we're just two friends sitting here in my living room and chatting and then like
yeah,
people listen and then we get very delayed gratification.
yeah,
So versus like, oh, I'm going to post this thing to my stories right now and start getting likes and views.
right.
Like maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
I think that is part of it because like when you post something on social media and then like or TikTok or like it doesn't matter what it is, but there are certain platforms that it's definitely like a way quicker
Hmm.
like push.
Hmm.
And when that happens, sometimes it's like I've definitely had moments where I've posted something vulnerable or like talked about something and then you go look like 20 minutes later and it's like, fuck, that has 1,000 views. And now I feel really uncomfortable or
Hmm.
like kind of like, oh gosh, like this many people are already like
Right.
in on this or like have seen this. And there's that moment of like, I don't know, there's something like a little bit more, like you said, like the turnaround time being so
Yeah.
quick. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, there's something really beautiful about protecting the sacred and then like giving ourselves space to go and do what we need to do, and like nurture that part of ourselves and then come back like when the time
Yeah.
feels right
Hmm.
or maybe when there's like something really important to be said and it's like, oh, I do want to share this. It's like really coming through clearly then to go do that. But for me, like I really a boundary, I guess I'm setting for myself is like to like let myself go on the journey and not
Hmm.
have to like feel the pressure of I need to tell everyone about this or like, oh, this is
Yeah.
like this would be a really good coaching teaching moment online.
Hmm.
And that in itself like steals the joy of a moment. And I think you and I talked about that,
Yeah.
when you shared that thing about how like nowadays people I don't know, I don't think we talked I think we talked about this when we went to
I
coffee.
think so. Yeah. Yep.
But you had shared on your page that you saw someone say that nowadays the the point of an experience isn't necessarily
Hmm.
the experience itself. It's like
Like the sharing and then the validation from others through likes, comments, shares, etc.
yeah, like it's about what you can put on social media.
Yeah.
And that made me so sad.
Yeah, it is really sad to think about that. And when you then think about it in your own life, and I've been trying to be more mindful over the last couple of months of things where I'm like, oh, this would be something good to post about, but then thinking, I'm not going to. Like, this feels like a moment just for me, or I want to actually just enjoy this moment and not have to go get my phone, set up the tripod, take recordings of different angles. Like, it's so weird to think about that. The last few mornings I've been lighting a candle when I make coffee and breakfast because it's been so dark, and I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like the way that the candle or the flame like has the reflection and the shadows it creates and just all like the beauty of a candle in
Mm-hmm.
the morning. And there's been part of me that's like, oh, this would be like a like a very aesthetic video or something. And I can talk about like my morning routine and supporting the circadian rhythm and all the things. And I'm like, but this is my morning routine and I don't want to get my phone out because I also don't get my phone out until it's, light out and all the things. So it's just, I think it's a good invitation to think about like, why am I having the urge to get my phone out or my camera out or to post about this thing instead of just being in the moment? And
Mm-hmm.
if you do social media for a living or if your business is ran on social media, I think for me, what's been helpful is to like carve out intentional time of like, I'm going to record content today. I'm just going
Right.
to like batch some things out. Today's going to be a recording day. Then I'm not going to record other things in my life because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I want to actually just be.
Yeah. That's such a beautiful way to like approach it and look at it because it is a very real thing. And I think that what as you were saying that I was thinking about how it takes a lot of work to actually like so many people think like, oh, you're a content creator, easy peasy. No, I invite everyone who thinks that this is like a low, like not a high demanding situation, like a low effort
Yeah.
situation to give it a shot because
Yeah.
you will very quickly discover like, oh, I'm online sometimes 5 hours or more a day and that's just editing videos. That's
Hmm.
just like getting it all formatted and cutting and finding and then like typing and then typing the caption. And
Hmm.
it does take time.
Yeah.
And so it's like a really interesting thing to have that become part of like the day to day, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, like I could be filming this moment, but then it's like, okay, now this thing that was like my like hour
Hmm.
to myself
Yeah.
is like broken up and then turned into like a
A
2 hour.
production.
Yeah, it's a literally a production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like when I see people say like everything is content, your whole life is content, that's like so alarming to me for this very reason, to like look at everything you're doing in your life as an opportunity for making content and to like produce your life so that you can get the validation and the follows and what like fill in the blank on all the ways that you get validated. So um yeah, I'm excited to like have a little break from that and also to just kind of like reassess what like how I want to interact with social media going
Moving
forward.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm
Yeah.
celebrating that with you and for you. And I'm right here doing the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly don't know when I will be stepping back into this
Hmm.
space. I know I will eventually, but there's so much like also think sometimes when we're in the phases of like reevaluation,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what I would be online for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah.
And there's also the element of just like when you get online, it's really hard not to get sucked down the rabbit holes of like,
Mm-hmm.
I should be mad about this. And oh my God, this is happening. And
Mm-hmm.
aren't you enraged? And like, what are we going to do? The world's on fire. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It's I think that's another element for me. And I don't really use I don't like go down a ton of rabbit holes, but I see headlines and then it's like, oh, I know that this thing is happening. And it's like we're not designed to know all the things that are happening all the time. And so it can
Yeah.
feel really overwhelming. And also, and people may disagree with this, but it's like, what am I supposed to do about this thing? I'm a big believer in like, you can impact your circle, you can impact your community. And maybe there's some other, ways that you can impact, like have a greater impact. But for me, my focus is like, how can I make a difference in my life and in my circle of influence?
Right.
And I think sometimes just having like the noise of all the things going on in the world, good, bad, and different, it's just like so much
Yeah,
to consume. So
for sure. I don't think it's healthy for our brains.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it really,
it's so heavy.
it is. It's so much. And like, not to say that we shouldn't care about these things,
Right. Yeah.
but like you said, like there is a factor of like, but really like, what can we do? We can love each other. We can like love
Yeah.
your neighbor. Like
Yeah.
we can actually take care of our own communities.
Yeah.
And that's actually a big part of how we make changes is like communities that are
100%.
tight knit and strong and that care for each other, regardless of belief, this, that,
Mm-hmm.
the other, and are able to put all that stuff down. Like that's actually really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like, I think that that's where a lot of change
Mm-hmm.
happens. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, cheers to social media cleanses. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that that like is a great way for us to transition into just
Yeah.
talking a little bit about like the new year.
Mm-hmm.
It's New Year's Eve right now when we're recording this. Um, and I think we've touched on this a little bit just about how like we live in a society that really is like not necessarily in line with like our natural internal like the earth's clock, all of that goes
Mm-hmm.
against our circadian rhythm
Yeah.
and also just like the rhythm of the earth. And right now is the time where I'm sure all of your like emails, social medias, etc., are being
Everything.
bombarded with like start your January, challenge, like whether that be to like lose weight, exercise,
Mm-hmm.
whatever change it is, like social media cleanses. I don't even know. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
can think of like a million things.
So many.
It's just a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to like kind of just share with you guys some sustainable ways to approach the new year, especially when technically the new year, like the seasonal new year, where we just did solstice like a couple weeks ago, like a week and a half ago.
I know, and now we're expected to like hit the ground running
Yeah,
with all
it's
the energy and motivation.
literally, we're in the dead of
It's
winter.
so silly. Yeah.
It's so silly. So, for our listeners, we are in the dead of winter. And if you don't feel that, like, inspiration, I guess is the word,
Mm-hmm.
to, if you're not feeling the energy, inspiration, etc., to like hit the ground running, that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a sign your body is really in tune with what's happening in the world
Yeah.
and what's going on in nature and outside of you. So just inviting that gentleness, like not to say you can't have things that you do on the new year. I have rituals and things like
Mm-hmm.
I participate in for myself and that I'll be implementing. And like, you shared you're
Mm-hmm.
doing the social media cleanse for
Mm-hmm.
January. There are things you can do
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm reinventing my whole self
Mm-hmm.
for the next 30, how many days are in January? 30,
31, I
31.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
31 days. Um, but one of the things too is like what seeds are you planting this winter so that when it is the actual seasonal new year in February,
Mm-hmm.
that those can start to bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the stat is like 80 to 90% of people like abandon their goals by the end of February or March or something. And that's not surprising at all, right? And most people actually abandon them in January.
January.
Yeah. And like it's not surprising because of what we just talked about of like this is the dead of winter still. We just had solstice, winter solstice,
Yeah.
and it calls we're like still in a season of like slowing down and just having a period of like reflection and just
Hmm.
a slower pace and slower energy. And so when you have the world telling you your inbox is full, social media is full of all of these messages around like really big goals and big transformations in 2026, a lot of times to do with like your physical appearance. Um, for
Right.
the most part, that's
Yeah.
like the number one goal category. And so it just doesn't align with the time of year. It doesn't align with like the current energy that you have if you're super attuned to the time of year. And so, of course, people aren't sticking with their goals. And so I love to think about like how to make things more sustainable, how to make it make more
Yeah.
sense. And so something like the social media hiatus feels like it's so low effort and it actually almost feels like it's so supportive of the season that
Yeah.
we're still in the dead of winter to like have some more like nourishing moments, more connection, more exploration of like things that I love to do. um One of the things that I love to do for the new year is intention setting instead
Hmm.
of like framing it as resolutions, framing it as like what intentions do I want to set for the new year? And I'll do those individually. And then Adam and I will do them as well of like a couple
That's really
intentions
sweet.
that we want to set. And that's been really effective to just like set a few, like choose a few words, or maybe some people would prefer to do like phrases of like, what do I want to invite in
Hmm.
this year? And like, what are some actionable steps or some things that I'm going to do to like support that thing or live like in alignment with the intention that I'm setting? And so that's been nice for us to do,
Hmm.
rather than starting the new year and being like, we're going to work out 5 days a week for the rest of this year. And then we get like a weekend and we're like, wait, but real life is happening. And like, we don't always have the time for that.
No,
And then you
totally.
feel like a failure.
No, absolutely. And I also hate the element of the culture that's like the reason we're pushing this like diet culture on you and like the whole like
Mm-hmm.
physical appearance resolution is because we just got pushed to
In the
overeat.
other direction.
No, literally, I'm like, can capitalism just pause for a second?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's like, oh, ate too many holiday cookies because we overmarked, like because you were put, it was pushed on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now you're fat. You need to go to the gym, bitch. I'm like, what? This is
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, no, I love that. I love the intention setting. Oh, hi, Burke. You
He
guys, it
loves the
wouldn't,
Alicia laugh.
he does. You guys, it wouldn't be an episode without Burke.
It's true.
But actually I've been so worried about this cord. Well, that was
Oh,
horrible. Um, he's fine. I don't really know what he's doing right now. This is fun.
what in the world?
I'll just put a
Is he
little
gonna
note
is he,
in.
is he gonna lay down up there? If you guys are not watching and just listening, he's up on the fireplace.
Doing yoga.
He's never done this before, Alicia.
This is hilarious.
I think he's stuck and I'm worried.
I know he's gonna catch on fire with that candle and his tail.
But
What are you doing?
dude.
Brief intermission. And we're back. Brief intermission with Burke. That was
That
hilarious.
was really hilarious. That was
Unheard.
insane.
I'm inspired by his determination to get in this space when there's like literally no room. But anyway, yeah, what I was saying just was about how beautiful I think it is to just set intention
Yeah.
and to have that like be the focus because I think the essence of how we want to feel, sometimes we
Mhm.
don't even know what that is. And when we can clarify that then the actions we take
Mm-hmm.
are so much more aligned.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know, you know, I think when we're like focusing on like, okay, this year I want to, I hate to be using like the weight loss thing as, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like so top of mind and easy. And I
Mm-hmm.
think everyone can kind of relate to it. But like, instead of being like, I want to lose 20 pounds by
Mm-hmm.
summer, that's my New Year's resolution.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel healthier and better in my body. I want to feel more
Mm-hmm.
secure in my skin. And that's not just from how I look. That's
Yeah.
about how I nurture myself, how I nourish myself,
Yeah.
how much sleep I'm getting.
Yeah.
And so like when we can really like get clear on how we want to feel and what that is
Mm-hmm.
for, I think that that makes such a difference in how we approach like things like the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, for me, like something I've done the last few years in a row is on solstice,
Mm-hmm.
I write down because it's like the 14 nights of Yule.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to do an ancestral practice.
That's right.
I write down 14 wishes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I am like, maybe it's more than 14. I don't know. But I write down, I think it is, maybe it's 14, 12. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
I write down my wishes. And then for the next 12, 14 nights, whatever, I burn one wish,
Mm-hmm.
and I just know whatever wish like I land on, that's like what I'm being invited to like really nourish that year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year when I did it, it was really interesting. I did it, and I put all my wishes in my jar, and I don't remember what they were. And I kind of was like, were those wishes, or were those like, what was that? And I had to really like clarify like what's a wish versus like what's a thing I feel like I have to achieve.
Yeah.
And so I'm really curious to see like what comes out.
Oh, it'll be a surprise.
It will be, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because it's just like random. You fold them up. And
Yeah.
so I have no idea what's left. I'm really excited to find out,
Do
but
you find out tomorrow?
I find out tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
cute.
I have one to burn tonight, and then there will be one left, and then I'll find out tomorrow. And it's just kind of like a fun thing. I don't know. I enjoy doing it because sometimes when we have so much we want to do, you know,
Mm-hmm. It feels like overwhelming.
yeah. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, this can just be my focus, or like the thing that I want to like
Mm-hmm.
intentionally nourish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, and I also love New Year's Eve for reflection, like
Mm-hmm.
just a time to like reflect on the year that just passed. And like,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite journaling times of the year. I
Mm-hmm.
just can like pour it all out. And
Yeah.
it's really funny. This morning, I was telling you, I worked out with my sister and nephew present. And
Yeah.
then afterward, I was like, do you guys care if I sauna? And they were like, no, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so my sister's like laying in her bed after she just like organized all this stuff with my nephew. And I'm like in the sauna, and my phone popped up my memories from like the last 10 years, because for
Mm-hmm.
like the last 10 years, I've been kind of like tracking
Mm-hmm.
on social media my New
Mm-hmm.
Year's, like my reflections and all of that. And so I was like scrolling through them and reading them all. And it's so interesting to see like the threads and the themes.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. 3 years ago, you guys, I wrote about how my goal, or like my wish for myself this year, is to surrender. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like reading this to my sister, and I was like, well, here I am to tell you this is still my goal.
Yeah.
I said it's, and it hasn't happened fully. In ways it has, but it was really
Right.
funny. I was like, I'm here to tell you that did not play
Yeah.
out how I imagined.
Yeah.
Because surrender is so hard, and
It's
it,
hard. I feel like it's not just like there's not like a goalpost either. You know what I mean?
right.
Like you'll have so many opportunities to like practice or
Yes.
kind of practice.
It's like
Yeah.
surrender, resist, surrender
Yeah.
again. It's kind of like the like metaphor about like life is about yoga, how it's like life is like a series of returning back to the mat, because
Mm-hmm.
like we go away from it, we come back to it. And I feel like that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
like it's never over. So
Yeah.
it was kind of funny because,
Yeah.
you know, I was like, well, here I am, and I'm here to tell you guys, still
Yeah.
working on that one.
Yeah.
Still, it's still happening. But yeah, so that's just like a couple
I love that little like ritual and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you
end up with.
draw or you're not like what's left from
I
that.
know.
Ooh.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm here to tell you, I do not remember a single thing that I
I
wrote.
love that.
Um, yeah, one thing I really felt too was kind of like I I part of me felt like I didn't actually write wishes. I wrote like things I felt like I had to achieve. I think it was a combination of the two. And so a
Mhm.
few days later I was kind of like, I wonder if I should be rewriting those. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like
Mhm.
surrender it and like
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But for anyone listening, you don't have to just do that on New Year. Like in the Yule, it is a Yule ritual, but you can do that. You can do that anytime, you know,
Yeah.
that like practice. And so anybody who is maybe feeling inspired by that, like we use these like mileposts or these significant like dates and days
Mhm.
as humans because they've been pillars like for
Yeah.
hundreds of years, but you get to like set a goal anytime. You get to like make a change or like set an intention whenever. So if right now doesn't feel like that time,
Mhm.
just give yourself that permission of like, okay, well, when it maybe in the spring or when my schedule is a little bit more supportive of like,
Mhm. Like sitting down to reflect. I was looking at my I have a journal. I don't Your journaling is inspiring to me. I don't journal very often. um but last year, I guess in 2025, I have a journal that is like mostly a to-do list. Sometimes I just like jot down little thoughts, and then every once in a while I'll journal like a few pages. And last year I journaled, I think it was in February, reflecting on the previous year, because that's just when it felt time to do that, of like
yeah,
the things that I was like super proud of, the things that I, was surprised about, things that I wanted to kind of leave behind, maybe see a little bit differently in the new year. And so, yeah, just to your point of like, it doesn't have to be, on New Year's Day or the first week of January, like just whenever it feels right for you, take some time to do that. And even with like the intention setting, like I've been kind of passively thinking over the last couple of weeks of like what I might want to set as intentions for this new year. I'll probably keep thinking about it for like a couple weeks to just to like gain some clarity. I have exactly one intention in my mind that I'm going to set for this next year, and that's exploration of like things that I love to do, like different hobbies and just like trying out new things.
yeah,
So that's a non body based intention.
yeah,
So again, just like giving permission that this doesn't have to be like on a specific timeline. It doesn't have to be, a more I guess traditional New Year goal of like losing the weight or changing your body or whatever that is. Like it can be totally up to you on what it looks
yeah,
like. So
absolutely. I saw someone like set a goal to read a book every month. Um,
could not be
could
me.
not be me. You guys, it takes me so long to read a book unless it's a poetry book.
Great goal though, but
Right. And like for people who, some people like just read
yeah,
so much.
yeah.
And the thing I loved about it though is that like, I don't know, that's like a more creative or like,
Hmm.
it's a totally different like focus.
Yeah.
Another one I've seen is to like try something that scares you, like
Hmm.
one thing a month, whether that be like, getting coffee by yourself. Like,
Hmm.
we all have so many fears. It doesn't have to be like skydiving. Um,
Right.
it can be like the little thing of like, I'm
Yeah.
so scared to like put myself out there.
Hmm.
I'm scared to try this new thing that I've always really been drawn to, like
Hmm.
scared to take the pottery class, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so just like getting curious, I guess, about like
Hmm.
what really feels like it would be nourishing and like be exciting. Not, I think one of the things that's like really hard about the traditional approach to New Year's is a lot of it feels like comes from a place of like punishment or like
Yeah. Shame. Hate
shame.
this about myself, so I want to change
It's time to change this thing that I don't like
it.
about
Yeah.
me instead of like, no, I want to invite in some stuff that be really exciting and like
Yeah.
awaken that wonder, that joy, like
Yeah.
we were talking about at the beginning of this. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, just inviting all of that in and
Yeah.
making space for it. I think that that's great. I'm excited to see. So, just reflecting on the last year,
Hmm.
wait, what the hell happened?
I
Like,
know.
it's been so, if I'm just thinking back to like a calendar year ago,
Yeah,
so much
I know.
has happened, has changed.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we said a lot last year to each other. And just like, even at the beginning of this podcast, like if you would have told me a year ago I'd be
Hmm.
doing X, Y, and Z, I would have never believed you.
Hmm.
And then to like be, at the new year, I think like last year, right around this time, we did a workshop.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
And just reflecting like on what transpired from last year around this time to now.
Hmm.
So much has
I
happened.
know a lot. Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
is crazy to think about. And I'm excited just knowing like the history of the feeling of like, if you would have told me, I wouldn't have believed you. Thinking about 2027, the new year, of like reflecting back on this year that we're approaching, of like, wait, what happened? What did we do?
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be
So,
crazy. And I think that that's kind of the joy of aging. When you're young,
yeah.
I don't know if you have this, like, I don't remember having this, like, same relationship with like reflection.
Hmm.
I think I would be excited and I'd be like, yeah, like, okay, new year,
Hmm.
new me, gonna set some intention or whatever. But to really be able to like, um, kind of like enjoy the feeling of
Yeah.
like, wow, good, bad, indifferent,
Hmm.
all of in between. Everything that happens is such a gift and such an opportunity to learn and expand.
Yeah.
And being human is so incredibly nuanced. And whether we're presented with emotional challenges or relationship challenges or whatever, it's all
Hmm.
an opportunity to like grow and
Yeah.
to learn and to try to love deeper and love more.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's so lost on us as a society sometimes.
Hmm.
And that's really been on my heart recently,
Hmm.
just because it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's not always easy
Hmm.
to like feel gratitude for the hard
Hmm.
stuff that happens.
Yeah.
But it's super easy to feel gratitude for the good stuff that happens.
Right.
And so, how do we like balance all of that and live in the in
Yeah.
between?
Yeah, absolutely. It is hard to feel grateful for the hard things, and that's something that I've been practicing, of like holding the space for both things, because sometimes it's easy for me to just like silver lining everything, and then I don't really have to feel like the hard stuff. And so like having the balance of, I can feel grateful for, and I can feel like sad about, like, oh, this didn't go the way that I planned, or this was a really hard year in this way but a really great year in this other way. So like holding space for it all, and having the ability to like reflect on what things have looked like and what you would like to invite in or
Yeah.
create or cultivate in this new year.
Yeah. My mantra has kind of been, I really don't like the way this feels. This is really uncomfortable, or like this is really hard. And I can recognize, or like I won't say accept, because acceptance comes and goes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I'm able to recognize that like I might not like it, but this is what's meant for me. I
Mm-hmm.
might not love what's happening, or I might like want it to be 1,000 times different,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the path. I don't know why, but I'm just going to trust it.
Right.
And that, I think, sometimes can be really helpful
Yeah.
for, those, I think we both can like relate to that
Yeah.
idea in different ways. But like sometimes it's just like that of like, well, this fucking sucks.
Right.
And for whatever reason, this is what's happening for me and
Yeah.
in my reality. And so instead of like resisting it the whole way and like
Mm-hmm.
letting it like tear us apart, it's like, well, okay,
Mm-hmm.
here we go.
Yeah. How do I work with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Anything else on the new year? I mean, we have exciting plans kind of for the podcast. We're formulating our plans for this
It's
year.
literally so funny, you guys. We had like such high hopes for the month of December to like have like a whole plan for all of you. And when we sat down to talk, like when I got here today, we were both like,
What are we talking
what are
about
we doing?
today?
And then also we were like, what are we doing for the rest of the month?
Yeah.
And so I know we have some really exciting stuff planned for you all. We just don't know what it is. I'm just
It's
kidding.
a surprise for everyone.
Yeah, it is. And it is, and it will be. But yeah, I think like I think we can both just say, and this is so true, we're just going to keep learning and trying to make this the best podcast
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
through the journey of like learning as we go and growing together. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, you know, so it's always going to be a continual uphill. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see I'm excited to see how this year will go.
I know a year from now,
Yeah.
we'll be right here saying
Reflecting again on the year that just passed.
it's going to
Yeah.
be like deja vu.
It is.
Maybe it'll be a little more structured. But I'm just kidding.
Or not. We'll see.
I know, right? We're just going to let life happen, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone. We hope you had a great holiday.
Yeah. And thank you guys for being here with us. It's so cool to like be cultivating a sweet community of people who are like interested in the stuff that we talk about, the wide range of stuff that we talk about. So
I know.
I love it. So just know that we're grateful for you. Remember to do all the liking and sharing and following and all the things just so that we can keep doing this.
Yeah, keep growing, keep going, and keep, being on the journey with all of you. So
Yeah.
thank you, and we will see you next week.